What will the price of silver be in 10, 20, 50, or even 80 years? Now, that is an interesting question. And I have to say that predicting the future price of silver is not an easy task, as there are many factors that can affect the supply and demand of this precious metal. Things such as economic conditions, monetary policies, industrial applications, and investor sentiment, even war. However, based on some research that I did with some assistance from AI, from artificial intelligence, I can give some possible scenarios for the price of silver in the next 10 through 80 years, or by the year 2103. Yes, you heard that right, 2103. Of course, these are just estimates and not guarantees. So please take it with a grain of salt. With that said, I want to give you a warm welcome and thank you for joining me here at Cash and Coins. I do hope you're doing well and I trust you are in good spirits. As seasoned investors are well aware, silver has a tendency to remain stagnant for extended periods, sometimes even a decade before it experiences a sudden surge. As you can see in this chart I put here, you see it popped up to 50. So its volatility is indeed noteworthy. Now, let's go back in time. Let's take a look at 1986 when the first American Silver Eagles were minted. Now, the American Silver Eagle was available for purchase at a mere $7. Yeah, guys, $7, and spot was only $5. Fast forward 37 years, and we've witnessed an impressive leap of approximately $30. And despite the current dip, with the American Silver Eagles having been traded at $40 to $50 just a few months prior, if you guys can remember that, it was selling, double spot. It's crucial to remember the long-term potential of this asset of silver. In this video, I will be unveiling several market scenarios that have been meticulously analyzed through AI, artificial intelligence. Now, some of these insights might catch you off guard. They actually caught me off guard. So without further ado, let's dive into it. In the first scenario, and by the way, this is the one that I like the most and the one that feels most accurate for me. Now, for you, it might not. You might agree with some of the other ones. And I have to add that it is by far the most conservative of all the predictions. Others really see silver blowing up big time. Yeah, and you're going to see some really big numbers. And I'm going to go through all of them for you. And I'm going to do it pretty quickly, so. All right, here it goes. As I was saying, the first scenario, the price is based on the historical average annual growth rate of silver, which is about 3.8% from 1943 to 2023. If we assume that this rate continues until 2103, the silver price will be around 1,100 per ounce by then. With that said, you can calculate the price of silver in 10 years, in 20 years, on up to 80 years using just historical data. So if you bought silver at $22 today and it increased in value at a rate of 3.8%, it would be worth, and I'm putting it up here so you can see, in 10 years, $30.56. In 20 years, $42.31. And in 30 years, $58.47. That's almost $60 an ounce in just 30 years. And that kind of goes with what I was saying with the American Silver Eagle earlier. And I often get asked, when will silver hit $50? Well, in this model, if you bought silver at 22 and it increased in value at a rate of 3.8%, it'll take approximately 23 years for it to hit $50 per ounce. So to simplify it, pretty much silver will double in price every 20 years. Now, if you know another asset that does that, which I'm about to tell you, the US EE savings bonds, they are guaranteed to double in 20 years. So you could either buy silver now or buy the USEE savings bond, and both should double in 20 years. The only thing, the US bonds are guaranteed, and that's if nothing happens to the US. But we won't get into any of that, and we definitely don't want that. In another scenario, the price is based on the projections of some analysts and experts who have different opinions and assumptions about future trends and drivers of silver. For example, one forecast predicts that silver will rise to $28 per ounce in 2023, then attack its all-time highs of $50 per ounce in the following years. So as you see, that one is pretty aggressive. Now, another forecast expects silver to suffer in 2023, kind of like what it's doing right now, but then shine brightly in 2024 and beyond, reaching $25 per ounce by the end of next year. And a more optimistic forecast suggests that silver will trigger a breakout pattern and a target price zone of $44 to $50 per ounce in the near term. Yeah, I told you some of these were pretty aggressive with silver. Now, if we take the average of all these forecasts and extrapolate them until 2103, then the price of silver would be about 2,400 per ounce by then. Quite a bit, yes. Now, the third scenario is based on a hypothetical exponential growth rate of silver, which would imply a faster, more dramatic increase than historical average. For example, if we assume that silver grows at a rate of 10% per year from 2023 to 2103, then the price of silver would be around $1.2 million per ounce by then. Yes, you heard that right. Over $1 million per ounce. Wow, that would be incredible. Well, however, I have to say that this scenario is very unlikely and unrealistic, as it would require a massive surge in demand of silver, a severe shortage in supply of silver, and as you can see, there is a wide range of possible outcomes for silver in the next 80 years, depending on the assumptions and methods used. Therefore, it is important to do your own research and analysis before making any investment decisions regarding silver or any other asset. I do hope that this information was informative or at least entertaining. It was kind of pretty entertaining for me. I do want to thank you for watching Cash and Coins, and if you could put in the comments, do you agree with any of these predictions, or what are your predictions? That would be interesting to know. Again, thanks for watching Cash and Coins, and as I always say, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next video.